That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, God, it's a toad, son. It's a toad, dude.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.
All right. Welcome back for part 2, Fishing Friday Live. We went for about 5 minutes with a new service we were going to try out. It probably shouldn't have rushed to try to set it up, but we were having some audio things, so we'll have to mess around in there and see if we can get it to function appropriately. Check out all the folks scrolling across the screen at the bottom. I'm not going to run through them all again. You know who they are. Support those that make this possible. All right. Well, boys.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Did you guys know the NPFL championship is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't really seen a whole bunch of promotion. Ben, are you on a treadmill right now?
Yeah, I'm on my walking treadmill.
I quit.
Trying to get, trying to get back a little bit of.
All right. I'll drink to that.
I got my standing table in here that comes up and down, and
Yeah.
but yeah, I was saying, like, I went to the NPFL website this morning, and this isn't too loud, right? You're not hearing the treadmill or anything.
You're
Yeah,
good.
just your packaging, whatever you're doing, we can hear.
Not bad. To find when the first tournament was, and I'm like, oh, day 1 is complete, and then I go to like the fishing forums, and there was nothing on it. Like I didn't see any promotions come across my like feeds or anything beforehand, so I was just kind of like, man, it just came out of nowhere.
But
They
you know,
really good.
I was just going to say, but kind of like last year when they were down in Amistad, the NPFL didn't really make a huge deal about their inaugural championship either. And I think if you remember, talking to Brad and Paul and the rest of the guys and staff at the NPFL, they didn't really talk about not marketing it, but what they did talk about is making it specifically like for the anglers. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
Now, granted, don't get me wrong. Like, there was a lot of the anglers on their end that are fishing, the top 40 from Angler of the Year points that were promoting it and stuff like that. And you saw, I saw quite a bit of that. One of our buddies in front of the show, Jesse Wise from, was it Irwin, North Carolina? He's fishing it. And that's down on Hartwell.
What's up, Jeff? Happy Friday, brother.
Huh?
I was just saying what's up to Jeff. Go ahead.
But yeah, I mean, like the NPFL championship going on Hartwell right now, like it seemed to be kind of a tough day for some guys on Hartwell yesterday. The weather has been, and I'm down in South Carolina right now. The weather has been pretty dynamic. A lot of wind, a lot of rain bands and stuff like that coming through. So, and if everyone remembers NPFL, no forward facing sonar for this event. So everybody that qualified for the last year's championship from the previous year was allowed to use scope. This year, there's no forward facing sonar allowed. Granted, they're on Hartwell and stuff like that, and everybody knows kind of what's going on this time of year, but still doesn't make the fishing easy. And, with the conditions that are going on right now with a lot of wind, I'm sure guys were struggling yesterday. But, yeah, man, NPFL championship going on Hartwell right now. Day 2 was today. Anybody got the weights pulled up? I'm sorry. It's hard for me to look at any other weights.
I got it right now.
Okay, Pete's pulling it up. What do we got going on with the NPFL championship right now, Pete?
No idea. Hold on.
I got it.
What's up, Jeff? What's up,
Walter
Chris?
is first right now with he had 9 pounds yesterday, but 22.9 today.
He dropped a sack today, boy. Corey Casey second, Hank Cherry third, Kyle Welcher fourth, Jason Williamson fifth.
I don't know where he was at yesterday because he's up by like 3 pounds now.
Who's in first?
Patrick Walters.
Oh, okay.
So the story yesterday was, and there was a few guys that did it that.
Good night, Jeff.
The weather was Jeff, where's your tournament before you go to bed? The weather was a little bit probably. The weather, I'm not getting out there till it warms up anyway, so I don't really care. The weather was a little bit different in practice, and some dudes had found some largemouth in the backs of creeks. So what little bit I do know about that lake this time of year is apparently the ditch bite is very good, but it's only good in the morning for the first hour and a half or so. It's a lot like a shad spawn, and then those fish kind of shut down. So the guys that found those largemouth in practice went to those areas, and those fish had moved, and they really struggled to catch anything. So the guys that didn't get on those fish in the morning missed out on that bite, and they had to kind of just junk fish to try to catch 5. And that's why you see quite a few guys with really low weights yesterday. And then they, like Scott Hamrick had 6 pounds. He tried to do the same thing today and ended up with 7 pounds, but that was his story. And it was very similar because they were actually, I watched about 7 minutes of it yesterday, and the commentators even were talking about, they were very shocked that Patrick Walters didn't go catch spots first and was trying to catch largemouth just because he's so good at that offshore bite.
Yeah, and especially Patrick's fished there at this time of year in the Classic before. I mean, that's the pattern during the Classic. In the morning, of course, they're scoping those ditch fish, and then they go, play around, dock flipping and other stuff, whatever they're doing to catch largemouth. But I'm surprised he didn't do that first thing. But John Cox is in 7th.
Dang, they are at Falls tomorrow. You weren't lying.
I know. I talked to somebody else about it today. It's a good thing.
Yeah, they put it in the south, though, so I'm fine.
Jesse had a much better day today.
Did he?
He went from 2 to almost 12.
Who was that? Who'd you say?
Jesse.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But yeah, Patrick dropped a sack. I don't know if he can repeat that. I mean, they're right on his heels. So, championship, the final day will be an interesting one in that one for sure.
His sack is like 8 pounds bigger than 6 pounds bigger than the next biggest sack the entire tournament.
Yeah, I mean, he's not. I don't think he's gonna do that 2 days in a row though.
No, but if he gets 15, that's all he probably needs. 14 and 15.
Yeah, it's possible. We'll see, but it'll be an interesting last day of the Derb tomorrow. So they'll crown the second or third champion of the league, and see who's able to pull that one out. Should be an interesting one.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I mean, you take Patrick Walters down to any South Carolina lakes, you better be on the lookout.
They're in Alabama.
What's that?
So they're in Alabama.
Oh, they're in Alabama?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not on Hartwell?
No, they're not on Hartwell.
It's
Martin.
They're
right?
on Lewis Smith.
Lewis Smith. Gosh.
Yeah. Hartwell was last year's championship.
All the tournaments going on, it's confusing, man. But
Hartwell was last year that he won on the dock. Scotty Hamrick did.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yep. My bad. It's like last year was a blur.
It was.
Last year was a blur.
This year's blurring by too, dude. How is it March already?
Yeah, it's March already, and that is one thing. Like Ben was saying, like the MPFL championship. We love those guys. Like the MPFL is like, it's not highly, like their championship's not highly promoted. So like it's not like the Classic. It's not like Red Crest and stuff like that. Like I totally forgot that they fished, and they do it. It's it may be in March, it may be in October, right? It's not like consistent every year and stuff like that. So yeah, Hamrick won last year.
What's up, Corey? Tell Noah I said hi.
And then this is the third year for it. So
what's up, Chris?
Heck
yeah. Speaking of the Classic, you guys are getting excited?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be good time.
Ben's on a treadmill.
Yeah, Ben is on a treadmill.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Classic, man. We're gonna roll out what Ben. I'm gonna follow you because you're dragging a trailer up there. We need to make sure we take 2 trucks in case we have any issues. That's all. We saw that happen with Take a Warrior Fishing with the.
I assumed you were gonna ride with me like you did last time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm considering it, but at the same time, I'm like, man, what happens if we have any issues with the with the truck or the trailer? Then we're going to be kind of dead in the water. But nevertheless, we're getting ready to head off to the Classic. So, I'm super pumped for the Classic, man. Like,
she might judge. He said LT still trying to finish that land nav course.
Keep screaming, sir. We'll find you. But yeah,
when are y'all leaving? What day are y'all heading over?
11th, right?
Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
This moving
okay.
doesn't start till Wednesday, so we'll do what we did last time. We'll leave like 5 in the morning or whatever, and get there
about
noon.
10:30. Yeah,
It's not a bad
5.5
drive,
hours.
man.
Oh, with the trailer, it'll take longer.
No, I did drive through 40 at Christmas time, and it's still down to 1 lane on each side. So I don't know if we'll go through 40
or go up and go across through Virginia. Yeah.
If you guys haven't been, for the audience, if you haven't been to a Bassmaster Classic, as at least as a spectator and stuff, it's a great time. Knoxville's a great venue. Blast Off is extremely close to the convention center or whatever it's called, and the vendors are just everything is just laid out nicely. It's good. You have everything that you want to eat in the immediate area. A lot of hotels and Airbnbs and stuff in the surrounding area. So, I mean, that's a cool part of it, and then also, Tennessee always shows out. Knoxville always shows out for the Classic. So it's a great time. And, if you guys are there, swing by the One Cast Fishing booth, check us out. Pete and Chelsea are going to be there. They're going to be doing media stuff. So they're going to do some podcast stuff, potentially ride along with some of the anglers. So that's cool. You got some anglers scheduled to do some interviews with.
Yes.
So all in all, it's going to be a good package approach. Pete's dad's going to be there hanging out with us. So I'm looking forward to it, man. It'll be a really fun time.
Yeah, we're going to get to bring you a bunch of behind the scenes content, man. We got full media credentials, so I was able to get it for Chelsea and our lead AV, or myself and our lead AV technician, Chelsea, who happens to be my wife. So she'll run the camera. We'll get the mics going. We're going to interview some anglers on media day, which is Thursday. And then I signed up to do tournament day ride-alongs every day of the tournament. So did she as media. So if that works out, then we'll bring you some content from on the water. What's cool about the Classic is they give you the opportunity to pick like your top 5 anglers you would like to roll with. So I picked some ones that I think would be a really good time. I'm not going to put it out there, but if we get hooked up, then should be able to bring you some cool content. So excited to go over there to the Classic, Knoxville, see everybody. And I'm excited that we're going to get to do it 2 years in a row again, because next year they're coming to Lake Hartwell. So
yes,
even if Ben doesn't set up down there, it's 3.5 hours. That one as a spectator, I don't think is as good. Just because the lake is about an hour from the venue where they do the weigh-in, and the weigh-in's about 30 minutes from the venue, from where they hold the expo. So there's a little bit of space between them, just because they do everything in Greenville, and then the lake's a little bit south of that, a little ways. But it's going to be a good time nonetheless. That was one of the first Classics I ever went to as a vendor. And had an absolute blast. It was especially cool. What's going on? Okeechobee dropping in. We got Jennifer McCool. Hey, Jennifer. Steve Loper over on my chat, which doesn't transfer over. Steve said, Ben Walking, keep it tight. He's trying, I'm sure. No, I did not put John Cruz down 5 times, Mike Johns, but I appreciate your love and support, and you are now blocked from all of our socials. No. Mike sent me a picture of his upcoming boat wrap. Looks super good, man, so I'm excited to see that on in the next couple weeks.
Absolutely.
As you guys get to go out there and run around Division I, the opens and spread the word. So Classic's going to be a blast, but it doesn't matter if you're in North Carolina, you're not going to make the trek to Knoxville. Plan to go down to South Carolina next year, attend the expo, go to the weigh-ins. It's a blast, man. And with the media pass, if we don't ride along, we get in the media pit for weigh-in, which is super cool. So we'll get to see the guys up close and personal as they're coming in to weigh in their fish, and chat with them a little bit. So we were there last time they were in Knoxville. That was when Gussie won. We were actually tearing down as Gussie won. All of us were basically sitting in fold-out chairs around a plastic table, watching the weigh-in, and watched him win. And then there was a mad rush to get out of the expo center because everybody wanted to beat everybody else. But it was fun. So
yeah, but what did we do last time? Oh yeah, I think we broke down, and then we went and got dinner.
Yep.
and then we came back, and then everyone else was gone. And it was super easy because like the parking to get in and out and stuff is always terrible.
Yeah, well, remember it worked out pretty good for us because there was that little like back roundabout load-in area, and we were right up the escalator from there, so we had a nice straight shot. But we got a little bit more central location this year. We're
43 19 or something like that. I think.
Yeah, right next to Hobie Eyewear, so you guys can check them out while you're there. Chatting with us. Also, Cash and Fishing Rods is right across the way from us, so you can go check out some 100% made in the USA rods. Rolled and put together, built and shipped from right here in Sanford, North Carolina. Our friends over there at Cashin, so make sure you swing by and check them out as well. Missile Baits will be there with their big booth. You won't get to see John hopefully any of the days because he qualified this year, so he'll be out there on the water fishing, but his staff will be there ready to answer all your Missile Baits needs. I don't know what other local companies are going. I'm not sure if Deep Creek.
I don't know, but I gotta shout out, like, hey guys, obviously swing by One Cast Fishing booth.
Hey, Christine.
I got the list.
I had to say hi to Christine. We can't miss Mama Few.
Find the list
if you guys haven't met Big Mike from Elevate Outdoors, you don't even have to buy anything from them. Just go meet Big Mike. He is a great dude, and he's going to be there with the Missile Baits crew because he's part of Missile Baits. Go talk to Big Mike. He's a fantastic dude. If you're in the local Sanford, North Carolina area, he's your guy for Elevate Outdoors and the boat sales and stuff like that. Mike's a great dude, Virginia guy. Really good friends with John Cruz, and I'm glad that Big Mike's going to be there at the Classic as well.
It's local brand. Let's see, Biz Baits will be there.
Cool. Make sure you swing by and say hi.
Say hi, and that's.
I think I have to check, but usually Special Operations Bass Anglers goes. What's going on, Dad?
Yep. So yeah, you're right, Pete. Nick Kincaid, who is Carolina Waters, owns Drop Zone Tackle, also part of Special Operations Bass Anglers. He is going to be one of the representatives for SOBA at the Classic, so go check those guys out as well. And speaking of SOBA, we always talk about it. November, the Friday before Veterans Day, Lake Norman, every single year, annual Mark McCowan charity tournament. Go check that out. Come down and fish with us. Come up and fish with us. Come over and fish with us. It doesn't matter. Mike Johns comes up every year from Georgia, and he likes to fish. The Fuchs family and Ed, they come down from Jersey. So we'd like to see all our friends there. So if you guys get an opportunity, and you don't even have to be a boater, you can just link up with somebody if they're going to be fishing it and jump in the boat with them. Come over and check that out.
This is another company I want to shout out real quick, and they're no way affiliated with us. Their owner just jumped on my personal Facebook stream and hollered at me. You heard me talk about a hook brand previously. It's a hook brand that Nick Kincaid had used that went out of business, but it was purchased and has come back. Royal Hooks is now the name. Make sure you check them out, man. They're really solid hooks. Boyd over there is a great guy. When I hooked up with them, when they came back, I hit Boyd up and was like, hey, I was here. This is what we got going on. I'd love to continue to rep. And he called me, and we had a nice 30-minute phone conversation just about how we could help each other out, and plan to do some more promoting as time on the water grows here. But definitely check them out. They also own Royal Boats, and they do some really cool kind of custom aluminum small boats that they build for folks. So check those out too. They were super cool. Alabama guy. Boyd, if I'm wrong, I apologize, but somewhere in that region of the country, just good people. So always like to shout out good companies like that. Mike John says he needs a partner. So what we're going to do is the lowest bidder will get to fish with Mike Johns.
Hey now, I need a partner.
No, I'm just kidding. You going to fish this year, Ben?
Well, I plan on being there. I don't think I have any weddings or anything this year. At least nothing that far out. I have it on the calendar. Liz, we'll really have it on Liz's calendar. It'd be like
that's the one that matters. Yeah.
No schedule, nothing this year. So yeah, I'll be there this year.
Whatever happens, our goal is to beat the last year's champion, which is Seth Ellis, who put together a pretty, I would consider a mega bag for Lake Norman. He had like 19 and a half or 19 3/4 pounds. Big fish, man. And I'm not going to tell you how he caught him because we're going to try to beat him this year doing the exact same thing. But SOBA does a fantastic job of providing a really cool plaque and stuff like that. And there's money involved in it too, of course. But we got to beat him. That's the goal. We got to beat him.
I'm just lucky that as your sponsor, I get all your waypoints from April whenever you get over there.
Yeah, I missed that part of the contract. Let me have my lawyer reread it. Actually, looking forward to Lake Norman this year too with Division I of the Opens. Man, it's going to be a different time of the year to fish it, and going to be a no forward facing sonar event. Super pumped about that. But I did want to shout something out real quick. If you guys are planning on coming down to South Carolina right now, and I wanted to jump into that here in a minute because I'm telling you right now, if you want to fish right now, South Carolina is the place to be. Bro, and we'll talk about that here in just a second. But hey, come down to Greenville, South Carolina. If you're in the immediate area, the fishing expo is going on at the Greenville Convention Center, I believe. It's like,
oh yeah, did Nick go down to that?
Do what now?
Did Nick go down to that?
Yep. So Drop Zone Tackles down here. Drop Zone Tackles booth is right next to Take a Warriors fishing booth. Deep Creek Lures is down here. The Nasty Lures down here. So we got a handful of our friends from Sanford area down here. But swing by, check out the Take a Warrior fishing booth. If you're a boater and you want to volunteer your time to take veterans, active duty service members, and stuff like that out on either a day fishing trip, we'll get you registered as a boater volunteer. You can take veterans fishing. Also, yep. We're promoting our top 6 of our major 6 events this year. In fact, the first one is going to take place March 28th down at Lake Greenwood in South Carolina. Looking forward to that. We actually had several boaters swing by the booth today just to see us in person. Fishbones, they're fantastic individuals. Fishbones Tackle, I believe. They're fantastic individuals. They're going to be hosting the venue for us. They swung by today. So if you're in Greenville, South Carolina, swing by the expo. And if you're not, and you're just going down to fish in South Carolina, you need to go to Santee Cooper because it is going down.
It's going
right.
down,
and I wanted to talk about that. So obviously we talked about the MPFL championship going down right now. We talked about Patrick Walters dropping a mega bag, but and no disrespect to his mega bag, that is nothing compared to what's going on Santee right now. So put this in perspective. All right. Put this into perspective. There has been multiple 30-pound bags weighed in today in the Major League Fishing Pro Circuit. So Aaron Yavorsky dropped 35 pounds and 4 ounces. The guy that's right behind him, Austin Pemberton, dropped 35 pounds even. Third place is 31 pounds. Fourth place is 29 pounds. And you can see the trend here. And I'll tell you, it is going down in Santee Cooper now.
So the Cat, which is local tournament trail, it took 41.92 to win last Saturday out there. 41.92.
You guys know why, right?
February 8th, 2025. Want to guess what it took to win that one? 38.5.
That one surprises me, actually. That just threw my theory out of the water. Because
that place just got.
I don't know what the water temps are now. I don't think they're spawning. They're probably respawn and moving up. And because it was so cold down here, I figured they're just now starting to turn on. But I guess if they were February 8th, that was only.
It was a month ago, 20 days ago.
That was the Super Bowl weekend. So we had the big snow before or after that? The weekend before or after?
I think it was after. I don't know how much snow they got down there, though.
Well, Columbia got like 4 or 5 inches.
But it
was still cold.
Yeah, but, depending on where you're at on Santee, and I have zero experience, but I do understand the fishery a little bit. You got a lot of shallow water in Santee, right? You got a lot of cypress trees, a lot of grass, a lot of shallow flats and stuff like that. The one thing that, we talked about the spawn before, these big females, when they're ready to go, they're ready to go. And I don't know, I don't think they're on the bed either, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are some that are making beds right now. But everybody knows when you come down here and you find those pre-spawn staging areas, there's some big females that are waiting in the 4-foot range and stuff like that. moving up on those cypress trees and staging and on those grass lines and stuff. And man, they are just absolutely whacking them. One of the guy that owns Fishbones Tackle, he's got a tournament tomorrow on Lake Murray, and he was like, "Man, I'd love to be on Santee, but it's where it's going."
Last weekend in the college series on Lake Murray, there were like 30, 20-pound bags. I'd be perfectly happy with that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like I said, South Carolina, it's going down right now. Some of the best fishing in the region is going on here.
Yeah. I'm really excited to go down there to Lake Greenwood for that event and check that lake out. I've never been there, and gonna go run around a little bit Friday and pre-fish for y'all and try to see what's going on. Try to just check that lake out. I don't know anything about it. I know there's striper. I know there's spots. I know there's largemouth. So a little bit of everything, crappie, but come fish that one with us. Like Trey said, we're kind of circling back. We need boaters always for all of our events. Christine and the Fuchs, if you're still on, tell Ed that he better be here in April for the Take Warrior fishing event. He said, I don't know nothing about Jordan Lake. They're going to be on the bed, bro. You'll be fine. April, I can promise you April 19th, you'll be able to look at them and catch them. We're trending in the right direction to set up for a really good April. So, yeah, I mean, they were up there and we had our spawn was a little earlier last year. I think that's going to be pretty close to.
But it wasn't. The problem was last year. Remember, you and your dad went out during the week. I think like the Tuesday or whatever, and they were like 30 pounds on beds.
Oh, that was the year before. Yeah. Yep.
Well, it's only been a drill in 1 year.
Yeah, we did. My dad and I didn't fish it last year before the Take a Warrior fishing event. It was the year before. He did come down last year, but they weren't on bed when we went. He was actually late last year, so I only got to pre-fish one day, and I caught like, I don't know, 13 pounds on top water for 3 fish, and I was like, "Yep, I know where they're at," and then they weren't there, so. But yeah, it's going to be good. But yeah, the year before that was when we had all those great big ones on bed, which was right around the same time. The April's just good because even if they're not on the bed, they're going to be shallow, getting ready to do their thing, and you can catch
or
them.
They're going to be shallow when they're done.
They're going to be shallow when they're done. So it's going to be a good time to be there. So Ed, if you're listening, no excuses. All right, you better be there. And then it'll be time to go to the river almost. We got to finish out our tournament season. So Trey and I are getting ready to start up next weekend on good old Falls Lake. So I'm going to go out there and poke around a little bit tomorrow for a couple hours. I'm not going to get there first thing because I don't need to. Let it warm up a little bit and just go poke around on some pre-spawn staging areas, see what the water temperature is. It's going to be very different when Trey and I get there next week because we got a little bit of a cold front Monday, Tuesday, and then it's like 75 with a low in the 60s Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's 80 degrees day of the tournament with the sun. So it's going to hit where I think some fish are going to be feeding and could set up to be pretty good for us. So I'm excited for that one. Ken Wells trying to hide his beer like we care. Trey's been chugging them on.
Are you going out pre-fishing next week?
Yeah, so Pete's dad's coming down. He's trying to get out of Pennsylvania, away from that 5 feet of snow or whatever. But plan on going out there and running around, and finding where fish are going to. I went out there last week and it was a mud hole. Water temperatures were in 48. But I wasn't really worried about where the fish were currently at. I was looking at where they were going to be going to. This time of year is one of my favorite times to fish, man, because it really can be very simple, right? The fish they're not like moving multiple directions. Most of the time they're going one way, right? They're going to travel those high avenues of approach. They're going to look at those creek channels. You're going to look at those ditches, those pre-spawn staging points, whether or not that's on brush piles, rock, anything like that, to where they can slide up there in the shallow flats and do their things. And usually this time of year is when the biggest fish in the lake move up to dump their eggs, right? So this is where you can really catch your personal best fish. You can drop mega bags and stuff like that, 25 plus pound bags for your best 5. The other reason I like it too is because, this is when you can get away with chucking a spinnerbait, chucking a crankbait, chucking a chatterbait, and you really don't have to keep keep a lot of rods on the front deck, and it makes it a heck of a lot easier, and it builds your confidence and stuff when you know, like a spinnerbait. That's my game, right? Like I love a spinnerbait. Pete loves a spinnerbait. We all do. And this time of year is really when I like to lock that in my hand. And we've had a lot of success with that. On Bugs Island, we've had success with that. On Falls Lake, we've had success, and so on and so forth. So I'm looking forward to it. I caught nothing but, you know, crappie and white bass when I went out there, but I was looking at offshore structure and stuff where the fish might be staged up to move into the shallow structure. But, you know, we'll see. Anything can change. You know, those fish are going to move up when they want to move up. Just because the water temperature is telling you one thing, just because the conditions say, doesn't always mean that they're going to be there, but the probability is high.
Well, if Pete's dad isn't down here or whatever day you're going out, let me know. I want someone to ride it with you.
Yeah, I mean, he plans on coming down on Tuesday, but I might be going out on Tuesday. So if you want to go out with me on Tuesday,
it was Tuesday and it's 45 degrees. I'm gonna be a wuss. I ain't going out.
It's all good, man. Yeah, I mean,
that's the high. I ain't going out.
And and he wants to catch some fish, sure, and we'll definitely do some fishing. But if you guys know anything about me, I spend a lot of time behind the steering wheel on the trolling motor, just looking around. Like, it doesn't hurt my feelings at all to not catch a single bass when I go out, especially practicing for a tournament. You know, because I don't want to stick a bunch of fish, and it doesn't even matter if it's a one-day event. Like, if you burn an area down, you really can hurt your chances at catching some really good fish. You can educate those fish so they see your bait a lot of times and stuff. So, you know, and they're there to do one thing: feed and then go dump their eggs.
Especially right now, you know, if you look at conditions on Falls Lake, we got warming trend, temperatures are coming up. Those fish are getting ready to do their thing here in a month or so. But the lake is also 3.5 feet low. So those fish are going to be very concentrated in those pre-spawn areas because some of their previous pre-spawn areas are not available like they typically are. So you can really, really hurt yourself in the conditions we have if you go in there and start sore mouthing a bunch of fish through practice. The area of the lake Trey and I want to concentrate on, we probably won't catch many fish next week, but we may go to the area we don't plan to fish and sore mouth as many as possible. So sometimes the best offense is a good defense, and you got to go lean on other people's fish. And we might have to do a little bit of that. I'm just saying. But no, I'm going to go out tomorrow, man. I'm going looking, but I'm going to chuck a big bait around a whole bunch and just try to find one of those great big giant pre-spawn Falls Lake donkeys.
One of our good buddies went out today, and I'll just say this. He didn't go out to that lake, but he did go out to another lake, and he dropped 26.5 pounds, and he was throwing nothing but big baits all day, glide baits, big mag drafts, megalojohns, things like that. And this time of year is when you can get away with having those big baits on your front deck because, you know, before they get on the bed, they're feeding up for that spawn. So if it's not a spinnerbait, a crankbait, could be a big glide bait, could be a big soft paddle swim bait. So that's fun in itself.
What up, Sam?
What's that? Oh, Sam Stanley's on?
Sam. No, Sam Nasson, another Sam.
Oh, okay.
The Coyote Slayer. But yeah, I might chuck spinnerbait around a little bit too, just because.
Yeah, chuck a big bait.
I think that water is going to be coming up quite a bit.
Yeah.
I hope so. It friggin' needs to.
Well, I'm looking on Deep Dive. It's already come up like a third of a foot today.
Good deal.
Yeah, it's been coming up
this weekend, all day yesterday, today.
Yeah, it's been slowly coming up a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna be enough to really do anything, but
I went on Deep Dive, and I think I'm seeing this right. When you look at the inflow map, and then the left you go to the weather, and you can scroll forward in time. I think it's predicting the inflows. And I went to Thursday; they still had pretty high inflows coming in the lake. So.
Yeah, one of the things, you know, for the group that's listening, you know, if you don't fish a lot in the pre-spawn, and one of the things I'm trying to work on more is, you know, if you're a Florida fisherman like Mike, you're not really looking for stained or dirty water. This time of year here in the Carolinas, like, you know, a decent stain in the water on a warming trend is a good thing, right? Because what that does is it, you know, as those fish slide up there, it positions those fish closer to cover. They can't see as well, so they're going to position themselves on the things that I talked about, right? That structure, logs, lay downs, things like that. And so if you can get a decent stain with a solid warming trend, and that stained water warms up faster than clear water, you might get a degree difference. You might get a couple degree difference. So that's really the other things that we're going to be focusing on too. When you're in clear water, your bait selection definitely changes, right? Those fish can see it better. So you have to move your bait in a different fashion. You got to choose different baits, but when you get up in some stained colored water that's warming up and stuff, that's when you can really get away with throwing a big jig, throwing a big spinner bait, a big swim bait and stuff like that. And so finding the good water to fish is the key this time of year. They typically say that the northern part of your lake, and it makes sense, the northern part of your lake warms up faster than the southern part of your lake because with north winds, it blows cold water down and stuff like that. But I've seen it be the opposite before. What's that, Ben?
There's another reason for that too.
What's that?
Because we're the northern hemisphere this time of year, the sun is still more from the south. So that's why like the UV rays get up there. That's why they spawn a lot on the north side because they're getting more UVA rays longer. Daylight gets longer, then and move down the lake.
Heck yeah, Ben just dropped some knowledge on you. Guys, listen, I'm going to let you guys wrap this up. We just got the whole Take a Warrior fishing crew here in the house. So I just want to shout that out one more time. Come down to the Greenville, South Carolina area. Check out the NOE Fishing Expo, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of great companies down here. We're looking for boaters. We're looking for volunteers. Warriors, if you're a warrior, come check us out. Sign up, get on the roster. Check out the 6 major events that we got going on this year. Also, we have really good raffles for Crystal Coast, saltwater trips and excursions and stuff like that. So we're always looking to get more people involved in helping us take Warriors fishing. Also, FX3, Mike's on here, FX3 Inc. He has a great nonprofit organization focusing on combating veteran suicide. And he always puts his information out there. If you're a veteran and you're struggling, know that you're not alone, and you always have people to reach out to. And then, check out the MPFL. Like we said, their last day is tomorrow, and check that pro circuit out. But guys, I'm going to jump off here so I'm not rude to the rest of the group. So,
no, you're good.
Got any questions for me before I leave?
I don't know that we have a whole lot more to cover, Ben. We might be able to wrap this up a little early tonight. I'm going to go get the boat ready so I can hit the water in the morning. And unless you got anything you want to talk about.
How warm was it today?
Not warm.
So not a warm rain?
No.
Otherwise, I tell you exactly where to go.
I already know where I'm going to go.
All right,
don't
guys.
think the fish are going to be there, but it's where I'm going. I'm not going to catch fish. I'm going to see where they're going to be in a week.
Yeah, but Pete, you may be able to go out there and jack a 10-pounder. So if that happens, you got to put that fish in the boat. Guys, appreciate it so much. I'm going to jump off here, Pete. I'll talk to you tomorrow, get a sit rep. Ben, looks like you keep pressing on. You need to put a rucksack on your back. You know what I mean? Just kidding.
My back's too bad for that.
All right, guys. Have a great night and great weekend, and we'll see y'all next week.
You too, bro. Appreciate everybody. Looking forward to the Classic here in a couple of weeks. I don't know if we will not have Fish Friday Live next week because Trey and I will be at our pre-tournament meeting for the first derb of the year next Friday at this time.
Well, we should do one at the Classic. I think
for sure.
Yeah, we did because it was a live with Larry.
We did a live. We had Larry come in, so we'll definitely set up at the Airbnb for the Classic. Hopefully, we can one Airbnb it this go around, and we don't have to switch because the crappers back up into the showers like our experience the first time.
and then I looked for that house we stayed at Murrayville, but that's kind of far away. It was fine.
It was nice though. I mean, it worked. But I know wherever we stay, we'll be good. Excited to get over there. We'll get there probably late Wednesday. I think we'll leave right after work, get there about 10, 11 o'clock. Instead of getting up and leaving at 3 a.m. to drive over there, I'd rather leave and drive late. But we'll see. We'll see what that week brings. And yeah, man, looking forward to it. That's all I got. You got anything else? Or
I'm good.
We'll put a bow on this thing. I appreciate everybody jumping on. Make sure you check out all of those that make this possible. One Cast Fishing. Hit up Terry Carpenter, CarolinaWatersNC.com, the Deep Dive app. I know I'm missing some, but check all those great sponsors out. Make sure you check out the organizations, Take Warrior Fishing, FX3 Inc., Special Operations, Bass Anglers, and follow along with all those to help us continue to grow a culture of anglers, helping anglers one cast at a time.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh God, it's a toad, son. It's a toad, dude.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day.